Good evening, my YouTube viewers. It's Crystal here. I decided that I wanted to do a code review on statistical measure of relative position. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do it in Python, and we're also going to do it in R. So I'm going to show you how to do it in both programming languages. And then what you can do is you can decide which language you like best. So I'm going to start out with Python, and I have written the program in Google Colab, which is a free offline Jupyter notebook hosted by Google. So the first thing that I do is I created two lists of numbers, and I had to convert them. I had to use pandas to make them a series. And what a series in pandas is, it's a one-dimensional array of values. Okay, so we made A and then we made B, and they're both series. And then so we printed the A, we did print A describe and print B describe. So we described A, which has 13 values in the series, and we described B, which has 13 values in the series, and then we calculated the mean, the standard deviation, the min, the 25%, the 50%, the 75%, and the max. And we did that on both A and B. Now what we're going to do is we're going to find the quartiles, and we find the quartiles by using pandas. We use NumPy quartile, and then you set it up for 0, 0.25, which is quartile 1, 0.5, which is quartile 2, 0.75, which is quartile 3, and then 1, which is the max. So 0 is the min and 1 is the max. So we find the quantiles for A and B. So you can see on number A, the lowest point is 60. Quantile 1 is 65. Quantile 2 is 71. Quantile 3 is 78. And quantile 4 is 81. And for B, the lowest point is 59. Quantile 1 is 72. Quantile 2 is 75. Quantile 3 is 79. And the max is 85. And you can see that that corresponds with the description, the describe, which we've already done. We also want to be able to find the percentiles, and so on these two series, and then I just said pick 50 percentile, which is quartile 2. So for number A, 50 percentile is 71, and for B, 50 percentile is 75. And so I've got a bit of a... Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to make a box plot on A. So you can see the minimum point is 60, Q1 is 65, Q2 is 70, which is the mean or the median, Q3 is 75, and the maximum is 80. And then we do a box plot on B. So, well, 59 is your lowest point, 65 is Q1, 71 I believe is Q2, 75 is Q3, around 80 is 75 is Q2, 80 is Q3, and 85 is your maximum. And now what we're going to do is we're going to find the z-score, and we have to import scipy.stats as stats to find the z-score. So we print a z-score and then stats.z-score z-score A1, and that's your first z-score, and then B, stats.z-score B, and then 1, and that's your first z-score as well. So that concludes our discussion on Python measure of relative position. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go over to R, and I've written this R program in Replit, and Replit is a free online R compiler. So the first thing we're going to do is the z-score is not hard coded into R, so we have to use a library, and this is the library that we use, and I got this library off of a YouTube video. So I'm not familiar with any other R libraries, but this is an R library that was made by a person in a company, and I'm using it. So what we do is we press run, and then when we press run, the first thing that we do is we're actually importing the library. And then so to import the library, it's taking a little bit of time to do that. And all of the code that we've got in here is the same code that we used in Python, but it's just written in R. So we've got a list called A and a list called B. We check out our summary of A, which is min, first quartile, median, mean, third quartile, max. And then we check our summary of B, which is the same. And then that will give you the same values that are in Python. We check our quantile A, and so 50% is 71. And then we check a box plot. So this quantile A is right here, 0, 25, 50, 75, 100. So it's 60 at 0, 65 at 25%, 71 at 50%, 78 at 75%, and 81 at 100%. And then when we check the quantile at 50%, we get 71. Now we're going to look at the box plot. And so this is the box plot that we got. We made a vertical box plot and we made a horizontal box plot. And that's something that I'm not too keen on. I'm not too keen on the box plots being in a I'm not very keen on that, the box plots being in a PDF file. So now we've got console shell. There we go. But we've got our, if you want to see the plots, you have to look at them in a PDF file. And that's one thing I'm not too keen on. What I like about Google Colab is it will show you the box plot right underneath the piece of code. And it doesn't do that in R. It does it in a PDF file, and you have to call up the PDF file. So I'm not really keen on that. And then after we've looked at the box plot, we check our z-score A, and the z-score A is, it tells you all of the z-scores up to number 13. But if you want to see the z-score only the first z-score, I think that's what we had. if you want to see the first z-score. But I believe then we load it up again. And your first z-score is 1.50818, which is different from Python, but Python, the first number starts with 0. So I'm just going to see if that makes a difference. And we're just waiting for it. So this one, the z-score for A is negative 1.5704, and for the z-score for this homemade library is negative 1.50818, and this is negative 1.5704. So it's close. It's not exactly the same, but it's close. And obviously, I'm not sure exactly how they made the library, but that's how they made the library. And that's what's happening. So in this particular video, we've covered measurement of relative position in Python, and we've also covered the measurement of relative position in R. And so you can see for yourself how Python and R work, and so you can decide for yourself what you like better, Python or R. I mean, me personally, I think that I like Python better because I'm not crazy about having to look at the charts on PDF files. But everybody can make their own decision once they've seen the code. So I'm going to go ahead and conclude this video. I would like to thank all of my subscribers for supporting my channel. If you like my video, please like, subscribe, and share. And thank you very much for watching this code review. I look forward to making more code reviews for you in the future.